Okay, I'm back. I'm back. And, okay, so what were we working on? What we were working on? Notice that lags behind the mouse. Um, Selection box before, selection box after. See, it's setting it correctly. I think it's because I got the, oh. Well, am I doing the delta now? I'm doing the delta now. Just a sec. That's right, process. Try not to sneeze. Okay, so process. What are we doing in process right now? Mouse delta, global mouse position minus previous mouse position. We're moving it. Okay. Position equals, okay, selection box, that's fine. Previous. Okay, so that's working correctly. Wait a second. I can either do it directly or I can do it via the delta, and they both do the same thing. So I have to figure out. Hey, Rook, I've got to try to figure out why the little color rect is lagging behind the mouse when I drag it. This is fine. This is fine. But if I do this, if you if you notice the delta, the more I do this, the more it gets off because there's a more of, I guess, an error. So if I here, let's actually, where's it at? This one, this one. So if I do this and I do it and I do this, just setting it directly. Now this is always going to be correct, the correct position. So it's not going to get offside. That's when I do the delta because I'm adding and removing stuff. This sticks to it, but it's still a little bit laggy. Now, granted, I'm not going to be doing this trying to draw a selection box, but I need it to be responsive. And I'm not sure what's going on here. I could ask Leo, or I could just do a search, I guess, and see here. Um, I didn't change anything, did I? Good, good, good. Uh, I guess let's open a new window here, and I'm not gonna ask ChatGPT directly, or at least not that conversation directly. Uh, Godot 4.3, just so I can get some recommendations here. Uh, Camera that get global mouse position. Wait a second. Get mouse position tends to lag behind when I move the mouse too fast. We'll say it like that. It'll probably go to the, Leo will probably try to deal here, but a delay in updating the mouse position, particularly noticeable during fast mouse movements. This lag is primarily due to the inherent delay between the operating system, mouse cursor, and the rendering and the engine's input point. Typically results in 1 2 to frame. This issue is not exclusive to Godot and is a common characteristic of how software handles mouse input, where the cursor receives the mouse position data after the OS has already drawn the cursor. Uh, Using processor physics process to update the camera object position based on get global mouse position is standard practice. The update rate is limited by the frame rate of the application. Even with high frame rates, fast movements can result in holes in the trajectory because the position is only sampled in each frame, potentially missing rapid changes in mouse position. This limitation is fundamental to any way digital input is processed, similar to how a sound DAC converts analog signals to discrete samples. Attempts to mitigate this lag include using input with input event mouse muscles, which I did, which also has a lag, to receive mouse events more frequently, which can provide a slight improvement. However, this does not eliminate the fundamental frame-based delay. Another workaround involves predicting the mouse's feature position using extrapolation based on its recent movement. Though this can introduce visual artifacts, especially with sudden changes in mouse speed. Disabling VSync in project settings can reduce input lag slightly, but may introduce screen tearing. The most effective solution for precise actions such as in drawing applications is to hide the OS mouse cursor and render a custom cursor within the game, which is updated synchronously with the game's frame rate. That's a thought. I didn't think about that. So that way it would always be on it all the time, and it wouldn't be delayed. I might have to try that. So, anyways, I can probably disable the system cursor and just use the this is the MP4. Can I see it in action? It's probably the same thing. I just see. Yeah, that's about right. Can't reproduce this on 4.0.2 Linux GeForce RTX 4090 NVIDIA 530. I mean, I'm running a 3080 Ti, so and I'm 4.3, even though it's Redot, it's not Godot 4.0, but it's. Can you also reproduce this issue when running the exported project with the editor closed? Moves the lag completely. Running a mobile render didn't change much. Compatibility improved the lag noticeably. Exporting the project changed nothing. This issue occurred on my machine with one particular project. With all the files I was made with laggy mouses. But I tried to start fresh, only implementing the minimal scene in script. I could not reproduce the same behavior. As I noticed when the game window is not selected, there is no mouse lag, even with the initial setup. As demonstrated video below. First one is not selected, then I click on the window and the lag starts. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if I would notice the same thing. Huh. Let me see something. Okay, so we're gonna run it. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can remove the vertical sync, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that anyways because I have to. I'm doing a drag right now. I'm holding the mouse button down while I am moving it. I might try what the Leo said though. Uh, I have to figure out if it can I'll have to create my own like custom mouse cursor, which I mean I could do it with something. I don't even need necessarily a specific image. I could use a crosshair. I could use a box or something. I think. Um. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I mean I could disable VSync. I guess that in project settings. Let's see if I can find it. Mouse cursor. Oh, custom image though. That it's still the okay. Window VSync. If I disable, okay, and then um, do I need to save anything here? I don't remember when you change the settings. What happens when I do that? Yeah. not bad as the tearing. I mean, well, maybe maybe that doesn't matter as much. Huh. Maybe I should just do that. I don't know. I mean, it is a tool. It isn't the game. So if I needed VSync for the game, that's one thing. That's interesting. No problem. No problemo. Hmm. Interesting. Why is it? Why is it still doing that? Oh, stop. Is dragging should not be. If is dragging print dragging right now. Okay. Overflow. Print less text. That's weird. I think. Second. See, it still claims it's drag. Why does it claim it's dragging? Um. Yeah, let's comment this stuff out. Actually, let's comment this out too. Else print it's not dragging right now. Hmm. Uh, okay. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think here. When I have this in here, selection box and selection color rect, that means they exist. If it is dragging and selected rooms is empty, I might go back to input mouse movement now that the VSync thing has stopped it from lagging. Um, let's see here. I'm just gonna leave that in there. In fact, I don't even care about mouse delta or anything in here, really. But I think it's working right now. It's I don't know what it's doing. It's doing a weird thing where at some point it will just do it nonstop. Happened to be how I started the drag, how I didn't start the drag, whatever. I can't make it do it though now. Oh, but now it's doing it. I mean, what? Huh. Some might have something to do with the input, maybe. Because oh, it's because I'm doing this stuff in here, and I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna comment out the delta junk. In fact, yeah, let's just we're gonna okay, we're gonna leave that selection box rect as true. Mouse delta. We're gonna comment these out. Right, fine, we'll do that. I don't care. And I'm gonna try screwing around again just to see if it does the same stuff here. And honestly, I'm gonna probably move the position setting back into input, into mouse move because see, it's not dragging if I'm not. I might put previous back there though. The delta thing I won't be doing. All the setting, extra setting and stuff I won't be doing. But oh, see now it's doing it. You know, I've held on to it so long that if I let up, it's just continuing to do it. And not only that is it's not interesting. Okay, let's do one more thing then. Let's go back to input. Input. There we go. Let's try this. Okay, and I want to, okay. Let's go to process. We're gonna copy. Oh. Oh, shoot. Okay. Control C. Fine. Pass in here. That way that doesn't bulk. And then go back into input. And we are going to go yeah. Like that. Then we're gonna go back into process, and we're gonna go this one, just set new, and we're gonna go back into input, and I am going to go ahead and do this, that. That way I can still get a good printout here. Oh, see, yeah. Now it's only just doing it on the motion, and oh, is it just me, or is there is a lag? Interesting. Well, I mean, it's like slight lag. It's not like a lag. It's like a slight pixel lag. Okay, so what if let's see. Um, hmm, kind of stuck here, I think, sort of. I mean, although that lag isn't much of a lag. It's a little tiny, a little bit off. And maybe I should just leave it like that. I don't want to do anything unless um I don't want it moving unless it's moving. We'd still be in drag mode except for when we let off, right? What is that weird little what? That's weird. Can't even see it here. Look at that. There is a slight lag though. That's kind of interesting. It's like a 1 to 2 pixel lag. Let me think for a second. The event is how come drag ended it doesn't what if I just set this up as straight if? Would do it anything weird? Maybe. So let's try something. Go ahead and we're gonna do this. Okay, so nothing's gonna happen here for just a second. I am going to make a variable, a class level variable, var is moving is false. Okay, I say is moving equals false, and then we're going to go in here and say is moving equals true. And here we're going to say else is moving equals false. Let's go to process. F is moving. Print. Mouse is moving. And that's really, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just checking out here. Is moving. Mouse is moving. Drag ended. Mouse is not moving. Okay. Now, if is moving, we are going to like so. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to say we're going to put this up here, and we are going to say selection color recto position Control C. So, and now we should only be moving when it's moving. In other words, even though process is running, and I shouldn't get that lag anymore because process runs faster, I think, than input. I think, I mean, not that it's strictly necessary, I guess. Oh, you know what? It's doing it in here though. Hmm. So I don't know. I don't know if so now it kind of doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I do it here, if I do it in input, seemingly. There's a little tiny bit of lag, but it's not much of a lag, right? Um, let's pull up Chat GPT. Today, Thursday, October 9th, 2025. Almost 3 p.m. After redoing and searching a bit, few things, searching a bit. After searching a bit and doing a few things, one solution stop the lag was turn off VSync, which I did, which improved it greatly. However, there is still a few pixel lag, not at all like it was, and can probably just do it this way. However, um, for this tool, is it a good idea to turn off VSync? If I was doing some action game, it would probably introduce hearing at some point. So the VSync was the whole project. However, I probably leave VSync on for the game. At this point, the text it doesn't actually matter, though. And only need to turn it off in the layout tool scene. another suggestion was to actually hide the system mouse cursor and make a custom one where it would update at the same time as the rest of the program and thus wouldn't show a lag. There is an option in the progress settings to use a cursor. However, that's over the whole project, and that's project settings, not progress settings. Progress settings. Project settings. And I don't know if this just wouldn't still use the system cursor position, which would mean it still has the problem unless my custom cursor is in the project, in the scene. Let's see what it says to that. A lot of words, a lot of wall of text, but it can handle text. It's an AI. It can handle some things. Excellent field research. Yeah, field research, sure. Professor Upgood of the Academy of Creature Sciences. Okay. You're spot on with your analysis. Break it down cleanly. Using a Zong, Godot, or Redot syncs rendering to your monitor's refresh rate. That means input events are processed immediately, but rendering happens only once per frame after the sync, so visually the cursor drag box is always one frame behind. Fine for 60 FPS platformers, but precise UI tools like your layout editor feels laggy. Turning off VSync. Good for your layout editor. You can get snappy instant cursor feedback. Not great for your final game. It can cause screen tearing, GPU drowse, mid-frame updates, right? But since your adventure game is a Twitchy action fest, you'll likely never notice it in gameplay settings. So yes, you can turn off VSync for just your layout tool or scene editor in a simple way. Display Windows Server set, then re-enable it when you leave. Totally safe and common practice for editors or debugging tools. Yeah, I can just do the about the custom cursor trick. You nailed the principle. You hide the OS cursor and draw your own sprite at the mouse's global position. That position updates in sync with the game's render loop. Result, no perceived lag because you'll never see the system's cursor ahead of frame movement, just your game's perfectly timed cursor. However, the custom mouse cursor in project settings still uses the OS level cursor, so it won't fix the lag. So you need to manually add a Node TV or Sprite 2D as your cursor inside the scene. Update its position each frame with camera that set global mouse position or similar. For your layout tool, disable VSync best fix. Optionally hide the system cursor and draw your own bonus smoothness. Keep VSync on for the actual game. For a scene-based custom cursor, it syncs perfectly with camera movement and global mouse position. Okay, sure. I'll let it give me the thing. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for sure yet, but I might still do this anyways because like I noticed there was a slight like a couple of pixel lag or a couple of whatever you want to say. It's not necessarily pixels, but a little slight lag, which is not like it was. I mean, it's still it's it's an issue that could be an annoyance maybe if I noticed it. Node 2D root, sprite 2D child, custom cursor graphic could even be a little square or crosshair. Layout cursor, node 2D, cursor sprite, sprite 2D. Script, layout cursor dot gd. Attach this to the node 2D layout cursor. I'm ready, var camera, get viewport, get camera 2D. Var sprite, cursor sprite. Okay. Oh, in the scene, I'd have this layout cursor and cursor sprite thing. Attaches the node 2D layout cursor, extends node 2D. Okay. Hide OS system mouse cursor. Process delta if camera. Update position based on camera where global mouse position. Position equals. Okay, else fallback. Get viewport, get mouse position. It's okay. Optional rendering the system cursor. You leave the layout tool or switch back to menu scene. You got set mouse mode. And put mouse mode visible. If you don't want to load an image yet, you can make it visible. Actually, I could probably do. I could put um, the set mask mode visible thing just at the start, just like at ready or something, and then on exit tree, I could go ahead and then make it back to visible again because it wouldn't affect the game. Sprite 2D. Oh, thanks. I can simply hide the system cursor on enter tree already, and then restore it. And I probably don't even need to restore it, but I would do it anyways. Restore it on exit tree. Correct. Okay. Crosshairs. Let's see. So any sort of custom mouse cursor probably has to be some sort of image resource, unless I could draw it manually. Like crosshairs would be to intersect in color X. I think that's what I'm still thinking that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's fine. I can just do that. Draw it manually. The coder's way. No image required. You can even get silly and make it animated, color changing, or jiggle slightly on clicks. If you're in your layout tool, the draw and crosshair might actually be better since it's lightweight and visually precise. No image filtering or offset issues. Um, I guess, it's 3:10. I'm not gonna get that much done today, I guess. But let me get this working. First, let me get this working first. All right. I'm going to leave this as is first, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of do that. I'm going to attach, see some here, rooms. I'm going to add a new node 2D. Create, and we're going to call it layout cursor at node 2D. We're going to we're going to we're going to attach a script. And it should be in scripts. It shouldn't be in scenes. Okay. And that's fine. We'll call it layout cursor like that. That's fine. Create. Sends to TD, which it does. copy. And probably in function ready. Okay. Here. Can you redraw? We'll redraw it. Okay. I essentially copied your code above for the layout cursor node 2D object. I guess do I need anything other than that to make it visible? It's added, so I should just only have to run it, correct? I could have just ran it first and then when it didn't work, then ask it why it's not showing up. Yep, exactly right. I didn't hide anything, of course. I'm not hiding anything on purpose. Yeah. Should appear right away when you run the scene. Oh, yeah. Where would I set its Z index initially? In ready or something? I think that's where I would set it, probably. That's the perfect spot. Okay, copy that. Oh, I didn't think about that. Get global mouse position, though, is going to be global, so I'm probably just going to do this. It should probably be fine. We'll see if it works. It might not even work at all. You know how things go, right? Okay, so I should have a separate, unless it's being obscured by the mouse cursor. But let's see if I have a separate, yeah, it's there. Nice, 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 nice. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, um, so I could also hide the system cursor in the layout cursor script, correct? It'll tell me how to do it, so I don't need to, I guess I don't need to scroll up because it's going to do it. That's usually what it does. Right. Let's see if this works though, because sometimes it gets the command wrong. Did it get the command wrong? It's not airing on me, so maybe not. What is this there? Oh, Delta never used in process. Okay, I don't worry about that just right now. Uh, okay, and then visible in exit tree. Copy. Let's go ahead and put that down here. That. All right. Okay, so let's see how that works. Doesn't look very smooth to me, but that's okay. See now, there is no actual lag. And actually, what I should do is instead of getting mouse position, I should set it to the cursor's position. Wait. Let's see something here. Whoops, wrong button. This one. Okay, cool. That's fine. Oh, then let's do the one thing, like I said, layout tool. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say that selection box position equals. Oh, I do need a link to layout cursor. Let's go up here and let's do. Forget how do I do that? The shift. Okay. Let's on ready. Oh. Bar layout cursor equals. I think that means that I can access it directly. Layout cursor. I think. Go to where's process? Process. Okay. Let's see what it does now. It's very interesting. So what if I, let's see. Okay, project, settings, back down to VSync. Let's re-enable it. Okay, everything saved. And look, it should be okay, I think. Holy cow. Look at that. There we go. It's actually not. I mean, this is just because of how fast it's going, right? But they're basically virtually going in the same. Okay. Okay. I do have a problem. Where's the input? Input, input, input. Okay. Selection box position equals. And then we want to just do that. Let's see if that works. That's what we want. See some here. Layout cursor. C equals 0. So it's 10, right? 5 and 5. Draw a line 5 and 5. Oh, and then that's probably the width, right? It's actually a width of 2. Three would make it chunky, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, and it's all right. I see. 2. Let's look at that close up. Back at 2. Okay, that's okay. That's because it's 10 by 10. What am I thinking? Yeah, 10 by 10. Okay. Okay, C is center. I could actually copy, well, I'd only need to do one. We'll make it color red, yes. And we'll make this -2 +2. Like 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. So -2 +2, color red. And it should show a red dot in the center. Oh, interesting. I see. We all want it on the same line, which is 0, y. And I want it to be -1 +1, like that. And there. Okay, looks good to me. All right, keep it. Alrighty. Huh? What time is it? 3:30 exactly. I guess that will about do it for today. We did fix the lag portion. Okay. I turned um yeah, when it switches scenes. Um the VSync back on. I also added a red dot to the center of the crosshairs. And it works great now. Okay. So next, tomorrow, since today my time is up, we'll actually work on the Um, I'm gonna test the difference between using input event mouse motion, and process like tomorrow. We'll actually work on the box resizing. Okay. Thanks, TPYT. All right. So, Rook, if I didn't say good evening to you, good evening, and also good night. I'm about ready to end today's stream. Made some decent progress now. Okay, so I'm not closing anything up yet, but I am doing this. So, thanks everybody for watching / listening, and you've it says it's 5 people, but maybe it's only 3 because maybe 2 of them is my accounts on both YouTube and Rumble. Um, Here, I'm gonna go to answer that in YouTube. Thanks, Rick. Okay. Video details. Restream. Okay. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching part 2. I'll see you again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.